5 reasons why you're not getting funding for your business. I've made a lot of mistakes myself. I also know other entrepreneurs who have made a lot of mistakes. And at some point, most of those mistakes prevent you from getting funding, prevent you from getting access to opportunities. So I've had my fair share of failures and failed businesses, failed ideas. And I've identified a lot of those mistakes, but I'll be sharing 5 with you. One is what I call the ownership trap. You see this thing where you want to own 100% of an ant-sized business. You want to be the CEO, the CFO, the CMO, everything. You don't want to split equity. You don't want to bring in people. You just want to do everything yourself. You know what they call burnout, right? Don't worry, you'll burn out very soon. Number 2, documentation. This was my first mistake. I started out on what I call the gentleman's agreement. You know, we're all moving on vibes. The idea was fantastic. Put together a team and, just wanted to build, develop this idea, build business that would change Nigeria, change Africa. But then we forgot to do one thing. We forgot to have legal agreements, to sign documents. We forgot the part where we had to design our founders agreement, our shareholders agreement. Up until we landed our first funding, the team scattered, because at that point we've gotten money and we have to, split equity, split roles, and everybody started, I'm this, that, I did this, I did all of that. And so that was the point where we realized that we've actually been building on no structure at all, no structure. And that collapsed my first very business. Number 3, idea validation. It's good that you have a beautiful idea, but then you have to sit back and validate that idea. You might have a wonderful, beautiful idea, you want to solve a problem, but you have to validate the idea. Validate the problem to make sure that this is actually a real problem. There are problems we call wicked problem. Leave those ones for God. You can't solve them. So you need to validate that idea to understand if this idea can actually be solved. Then you create a solution and also validate the solution. You need to understand if the solution actually solves this problem. Then the next thing is to identify a target market. So you need to understand who are the people you're solving this problem for. You need to understand the market size. How big is the market size? What is the market opportunity that this problem has created? So there has to be a group of people who are willing to pay you money, real money, in exchange for the solution you're creating. Number 4, building without a model. I said it's beautiful to have an idea. Remember, you need to have a clear-cut business model because you need to understand, how am I going to make money with this idea? How am I going to generate revenue? Who is going to pay for this? How am I going to make money? What's the revenue structure? What's the business model? How am I going to put all of this together to make money? And finally, structure. For that beautiful idea, you need to have a structure around it. For that amazing idea, you need to build a structure around it. You know one thing structure does for you? It allows you to work on the business and not in it. A lot of entrepreneurs just create 9 to 5, just create a job for themselves and work in it. So structure allows you to work on the business and not in it. And structure also allows you to put things right from the very beginning, because at the moment when you want to raise funding, the investor is looking at how is this business structure, what are the registration structure, what are the legal structure. They want to understand all of that. So this is the point where you're doing your CSC registration, you're creating a separate bank account, you're separating yourself from the business, you're putting the financials right, you have an accounting system, you have a record keeping system, you're putting all of these things in place, you have all of your licensing, your registration, you have your IP protection, your trademark, your copyright, you're putting all of this in place. You have a team, you have processes, you have policies, you have SOPs. This is most of the things that the investors will look at. So when they're coming in to give you money, they want to understand how you're doing this. They want to understand the structure of the business before they can give you money. Remember, no matter how beautiful your idea is, nobody will give you money because that idea is too fine. They would give you money because this beautiful idea, you've taken it from just being an idea into being an actual business. You have a structure around it. You have a business model. You have people who are giving you money, very important, who will pay you for that idea. And you have a team that is working on that idea. You have, all of the legal structures, all of the documentation, everything in place. These are just 5. I've documented a couple of other mistakes that startup founders make that, hinder them from getting funding. So you need to connect with me if you need more of these tips.